Okay, we're going to start getting into a little bit of system work. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is our D zone responsibilities and our defensive zone face-off responsibilities. The lineup that we are looking for. So the first thing I want our guys to understand is that when we line up for a face-off in our end, we are lining up with the anticipation of losing this draw and understanding what each of our responsibilities are after we lose this draw in terms of defensive zone coverage. So when we line up on the glove side of our goalie, so the left side of our zone, we're going to have a winger right here on the ticks. We're going to have our D sliding slightly down, and we're going to have our outside winger. So this would be our right winger. This would be our left winger. When possible, we'll have a strong-handed side centerman taking the draw here, and then we're going to have a strong-sided, so a right-handed defenseman line up on the wall. So this is the lineup that we want. Now, what I want to go through here in this video is the responsibilities we have when we lose this face-off. So when we line up, our centerman is lined up with the understanding that he cannot lose this draw clean. Our centerman is trying to win this back away from the front of our net. His other responsibility here is to make sure that he marks his centerman and that becomes his man. So he will try and win this draw and then immediately tie up. And after that, he's now going to roll and find space in the middle top of the zone where he's in a position where he can help out in the low house, but also be involved in breakout. Our inside winger, so our left winger in this play here, is lining up with the understanding that immediately on puck drop, he is busting through and he is going to go to the most dangerous man. So if they have a standard setup with a winger, and their centerman and their D are coming through, if this centerman wins it back, he's going to bust through and he's going to go after this guy. If this guy rolls and now he has the puck, our inside winger is going to bust through and pressure this guy. If this guy lines up higher here, then our guy is going to bust through, and if he sees that puck coming here, he's going to disrupt that puck route, but then he's going to pressure this guy. So our inside winger is always lining up, understanding that his role will be to get through, not be tied up by this inside guy if he's there, but to bust through and then put pressure on the most dangerous man. Our outside winger, our right winger in this play, has three responsibilities. He is going to delay. He's going to be passive and patient. So on puck drop, he's going to delay because if we lose that draw clean, we want him to be able to help out in the low part of the house. If he sees that we win control of this puck and we have possession, he's going to start leaking out outside the dots to support breakout. If we lose this draw back, he's now going to come up and he's going to pressure their D. Those are his three responsibilities. In best case scenario, we have a right-handed D here. This would be a left-handed D. Our right-handed D is going to line up on the wall. His immediate responsibility, if we have a guy in the ticks, is to lock on and eliminate this man. If this guy cheats in, he's moving with him. He's not standing still. If this guy's cheating in, he's cheating in with him, but this becomes his man on any loss, and he's going to lock and mark that man. Our left-handed D here is ready to help out in the low house. If there's a scrum, he can close this off. Understanding that our winger's going through, this man will also become his responsibility if we lose. If we switch sides, the role is just reverse. We have a centerman here who's going to try to win it away from our net. We'll have a left-handed D on the wall whose primary responsibility in a loss is to mark this man. We're going to have our right winger on the inside whose responsibility is to bust through hard and put pressure on the most dangerous man. And then we have our left winger here who's now going to be passive and read, if we lose the draw, high, pressure his D. If it's a scrum or puck in tight, he's going to stay and help out in the low part of the house. And if we win possession, he's going to leak out and he's going to support breakout. We're going to have a right-handed D here that primarily is responsible for this man if we lose the draw. He's going to come in on any scrum and is ready to help out in the house. Okay, that is our primary roles. And also our centerman is trying to win the draw, locking on and marking the centerman, and then rolling into the middle part of the zone to help out with our box +1. Those are the primary roles of our players on a 5-on-5 defensive zone faceoff. So if we look at this D zone setup that the Montreal Canadiens are using, and we isolate each individual player, you can see here we have a right-handed defenseman lining up on the inside of the circle. This is their left winger, whose responsibility is to come up, come out to support, or be passive and help out in the house. They have their inside winger right here, who's busting through, and he's going to the most dangerous man. And we have a left-handed D on the wall who has identified that this is his primary responsibility on any face-off loss. So this is the exact same defensive zone face-off alignment that we will be executing. We are also going to talk about what we do when we win the draw, but the first thing and the most important is to understand each of our roles and responsibilities on face-offs that we lose in our end. All right, we have two-time Stanley Cup champion, the Florida Panthers, and we're going to isolate this inside winger, which is their left winger, and he's going to bust through hard, see that there's a loose puck, and then make a beeline to that puck. We're also going to identify this guy for Tampa Bay, who's also going to now roll and go after that loose puck. So on this play here, what I want you to see is that this guy's immediately busting through hard. Also, I want to identify this board side D, who is a left-handed shot, who is now going to make sure that he marks his man on this wall. And on puck drop, both of these guys are going to move in. The Florida Panthers centerman makes sure he ties up his man and does not lose body position and allow centerman to get through and get to the net. And then we have this outside winger being passive and reading the play before he decides what to do. So we're going to move this forward. We can see here that the 28 for Tampa is creeping in. 77 locks on and marks his man. We have that inside left winger busting through hard. He sees a loose puck, and now he gets body position and stays inside the Tampa Bay player. We have the inside forward right here who's being very passive and reading and reacting before he decides and gets out ahead of that play. So we're going to let this play, and let's watch right from the beginning. Chip off the boards, and off they go. We're going to take a look at one final clip of the Toronto Maple Leafs doing almost the exact same alignment that we are. The only difference here is if we look at the defenseman on the wall, he's right-handed, and the defenseman lining up in the middle is left-handed. This is something that we will do when we get into our breakout options, but let's watch those roles and responsibilities here, and then we'll back it up. Okay, so if we back it up here, I want to identify and I want to isolate the D on the wall. Okay, he understands that his man is this winger. This winger has slid up to create a little bit of time and space for him, but we can see that if we play this, the first two steps are towards that man. We also talk about this right winger here, whose responsibility is to come through, bust hard, and then pressure the most dangerous man. It so happens on this play here that both men are pressuring the same guy because that is the most dangerous man on the ice, the guy with the puck on his forehand moving towards the middle of the ice. If we look at the left winger here, who is doing a good job of being passive here and reading the play, not getting too far ahead of it, because now he's ready to help out in the house. If that puck gets through and there becomes a battle, he's there to help. One more time, centerman ties up, inside winger busts through hard, wall defenseman marks his man and puts pressure. So we can see here how good defensive responsibilities and understanding our roles on face-off losses can turn a play that could potentially be very dangerous into kind of a broken play.